Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the next episode of the Realistic RTG. Thank you for all of your feedback in the comment section of the last episode. You guys were very forthright with your opinions about what we did with the Samson Tavide deal, or did not do with the Samson Tavide deal. You guys felt that he should have been allowed the opportunity to move to Troyes in Ligue 1. Fair enough. I apologise. I felt like it was a sideways move. I felt like our recently promoted championship side was on par with the quality in their squad, and as such felt like our own ambitions would have outweighed theirs, etc. We did, I don't know if those of you that were disgruntled by that move made it to the end of the episode, we did end up trebling Tavide's wages at the club. He's now our joint highest earner. He went from 6 grand to 18 grand a week here at the club. So we didn't just disregard the deal and do nothing with it. We offered him a rather sizable new deal as make weight for not accepting that deal. What I didn't factor in was that Troyes are part of the City group. That slipped my mind at the time. Had it been Girona, then maybe it would have been a different matter, and we almost certainly would have accepted the bid. I didn't factor in that Troyes are part of the City group. I apologise. Just a genuine mistake. In the future, we will make sure that we fully consider every single factor and ensure that we have considered every single factor before we make a final decision with a transfer. Like I say, we offered him a massive wage rise as a result of rejecting that bid, regardless of other factors. So, I can't please everyone. We have been more bullish in the transfer window with rejecting some bids than we were with the RTG last year. That's part of being at a bigger club. Bradford are a much bigger club than Cambridge United are in terms of their history and the level that they've played at in the past 30 years, etc. and the facilities, this, that, the other. So I am more bullish in this save than I was in the last one. But if you feel like I'm being too aggressive, then I shall take a step back and not be quite so standoffish with bids that come in. I hear you. We take the feedback on board and we act accordingly moving forward. So thank you for that continued feedback. Please do keep it coming. There was one guy that decided that he wanted to announce his departure from the channel as a result, which I think is a bit much, but fair enough. You do you, pal. Right, we have big games today in the Championship. We're currently 19th. We've Birmingham City to start. We've bottom side Huddersfield after that, which we will likely be simulating as the one of the 4 that we have today. And then we will also be playing Leicester City and Blackburn Rovers. Now, these are some big games. Birmingham in real life, obviously League 1 at the moment, but very much, I imagine, are established at Championship level by this point of the save. And hopefully we can get something from somewhere in today's episode, but it is not going to be easy. Bergstrom's on international duty, but hopefully the Championship recognises international duty in-game as it should do, as it does in real life, but sometimes it doesn't, and it can be a bit of a painful experience, but I'm sure we'll be fine here. The fact that we seem to have over a week to the next game says to me that, yes, international duty is being acknowledged, at least in this particular international window. Financially, we're in a decent position, but financially... And with regards the stadium, we have a big decision to make. The press conference question comes from Reese, and this is something that I wasn't aware of in real life. When it comes to upgrading the stadium, turns out it might not actually be a possibility. The question from Reese says, with the current stadium lease from Gibb Pension Fund expiring in 2028, which is very close to where we are in save right now, are you confident the board will be able to renegotiate a contract for the continued rental of the ground? We currently pay £500,000 a year for the rent. The plan was to buy the ground back or buy out the current lease, etc. At a cost of £30 million. The local council have determined that the stadium is built on contaminated ground and therefore would not be suitable for redevelopment without a great deal of expense. This is true, honestly, says Reese. So the Gibbs Pension Fund are consequently reported to be happy in renewing in lease with a slightly reduced buy clause. So if we have options ahead of us, effectively, rather than just buy out the lease, improve the ground. Turns out, in real life, they're not allowed to improve the ground. So we have a choice. We can always stay in a 25,000-seater stadium and continue to pay rent and/or buy the stadium back at the current planned price, or we can buy the ground, or not buy the ground back, save that money and build a new ground entirely, which would be more expensive, but would allow us the opportunity to build a larger capacity ground longer term. We probably wouldn't have the money to just straight up build a 40,000-seater stadium. We'd probably start smaller and work our way up. But that's where your guys' feedback in the comment section comes in handy again. So we will probably, I'll have to do some research here, or by all means have a Google yourselves and try and find out as much detail as you can about the current situation with Valley Parade. So we will either continue to pay £500,000 a year, continued until we build a new ground, or we could look to negotiate buying the ground back sooner rather than later, but it would mean that we wouldn't be in a position to ever upgrade the stadium from where it is currently, which is going to be an intriguing proposition. Don't necessarily need to upgrade the ground, because 25,000 is a great sized ground for Premier League level, or decent sized ground for Premier League level anyway. But obviously, as wages rise when we get to the Premier League and expenditure rises exponentially, will we need a larger stadium to help fund our attempts to try and get to the top end of the domestic and European game? Potentially. Do we want to waste money buying back the lease on the ground that we have, knowing that we might need to rebuild a ground anyway? I don't know. It's a really tough one, but you guys will have the say on that. Regardless, I'm going to go and make sure that my spreadsheet is up to date financially, and I will see you in the game against Brum. Do drop the video a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to ensure you don't miss out on any more. I appreciate the continued feedback, please. It is a two-way street here on this channel, and has always been the case, and will continue to be the case. So please do help me mould the saves in a manner in which you would like to see them. Thank you. Birmingham just beat my beloved Cambridge United in real life last night by 4-0 at St Andrews. Let's pray we don't suffer the same fate in this save, shall we? Saying thank you to Brad, Ben and Ricardo on the board behind me for your continued support. Thank you, lads. Their side looks as follows in a 4-2-3-1. Bailey Peacock Farrell in goal, former Burnley keeper. Ethan Laird, Christoph Clara, Andrew Gravillon, and Alex Cochrane. Then Mark Leonard at 76. Bielik at 76. Willem Paul Willumsen at 72, and Emil Hansen also at 72. George Hall also at 72, and Jay Stansfield is now 77 in this save. Not as many options and as much talent on the bench, but certainly capable of getting a convincing victory here, you would imagine, this Birmingham City side. We are basically as you would expect us to be, although Odor starts at CDM ahead of Rory McColl. That, I think, is the only change we made for this game. Although I am seriously doubting this goalkeeper now. 2 minutes in, Birmingham lead against Bradford City. Defending wasn't great either, let's be honest. Not the start we were after, is it really? This is good football from Birmingham City, and Jay Stansfield's looking for a worldie, but Bergstrom says no this time. 8 minutes in, it could have been 2. It's not, thankfully. But we are going to have to play significantly better than we have been in the opening few minutes if we're to get anything from this game. We got a late draw against one side from the area in West Brom earlier in the season, and we will have to fight hard to try and get that again here. Okay, Ethan Laird just decided he wanted to run around everybody. I was waiting for some sort of ball inside. There it eventually comes. Hall has Stansfield, and Stansfield makes it 2. Oh no! The championship's pretty difficult. Get it back to Bobby. Poynton in the box. Tavide, left foot, blocked well. Brannigan, struck well, blocked well again. Trying to fight back. That's our first chance to get forward. Chances not quite testing the goalkeeper yet. Don't know how good Bailey Peacock-Farrell is going to be at this stage of a save. It's 7-3 rated. You imagine quite good. Not the best goalkeeper we've faced so far in this save though, but certainly going to be one of. There's some space here. The fullback gotten a long way forward. Bobby Poynton will drive inside, look for Tavide, who will continue to drive inside himself and force a save out the keeper. All right, we're starting to get into the game. We maybe show Birmingham a little bit too much respect in the opening 10 to 15 minutes. Time to throw that respect out the window. We need to do that with every club this year. We need to believe that we belong at this level and play like it. Otherwise, we will not continue to be at this level, will we? Stansfield, little flick. Oh, this is brilliant football. And Hall, good block. Corner, keeper committed to the dive. From the far side, Willemsen should get this away. Oh, Jeremy Lucas! Early, driven really nicely into Tavide. Lee will look over the top for Bobby. He's going to get there. It's a lovely knock on in front of him, and he's driven past the defender brilliantly. And then committed the defender to a challenge. Tavide. Good save by Peacock-Farrell. Dobra back. Brannigan. Blocked again. Chances are coming against the Blues now. They're just not going in, unfortunately. They are giving us the Blues as it stands. Still 2-0. Tommy Lee quickly to Poynton. First touch was important to get him away from the defenders. Dobra's in. Dobra's on. Dobra's not pulled one back. Oh, what we've got to do to score a goal at St Andrews, I really don't know. Get that out. And House forward to Brannigan. Tavide on the left. Challenge from the centre-back. Wow. This has been quite the entertaining first half so far. Brannigan looking for Tommy Lee. Looking for Tavide. Back to Tommy Lee. Into Bobby Poynton. Back to Tommy Lee. Please, can we find enough space and time to get a genuine shot away? No. The answer is no, you can't. Still 2-0. I mean, it could be 3 or 4-2 to us. Hansen out to Cochrane. Playing some of that good possession play again, Birmingham. Here's Willemsen. No, you don't. Yes, you do, apparently. The first goal had a few rebounds in it. Their third goal had a few rebounds in it. 5 is the sponsor across the front of their shirt in Roman numerals. Might be the amount of goals they score today at this rate. That's really unlucky. Should the keeper do better with that again, though? I really don't know at the minute. Finds Dobra. Moylan's gone. It's a lovely interception by Buchanan. And the passing is quick and slick from Birmingham. The tackling, however, not so much on this occasion. Looking for Moylan, who turns well. Is Tirrett Wright actually going to make the run? No, it seems not. Tommy Lee did. Run, Tirrett, you fucking inside forward my arse, mate. What are you doing? Bloody hell. Now's when he scores anyway. No, he's hit it straight at the keeper when I'm asking him to go across goal. It'll be 3-0 we lose against Birmingham. Just stood there and did bugger all for most of that. Well, we had plenty of chances in the first half and we rue those missed opportunities. Woodwork hit, no goals go in the end. Embarrassing defeat. Bid for Jay Barber from Kilmarnock. Now that is more like it. Just going to accept the 210. So we are still in need of a backup fullback because we weren't able to get one in the summer window. And now, oh no, I bought Lyndon Gooch, didn't I? Sorry, Lyndon, I kind of forgot about you there, pal. Right, okay, well, we don't need a backup right back. We've just sold the man that we were trying to get a bid for. If only Kilmarnock would bid for George Lapsley. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? I am potentially tempted to take on board the suggestion that perhaps, because we're just really struggling to get a realistic bid for George Lapsley, we do sell him to anyone, but for a deflated fee. So people are bidding 410. If I sell him for somewhere between 250 and 300 to literally anyone, then would you guys be okay with that? Huddersfield Town at home then. A side that, yes, are a local rival, but they're a side we've played before in the save, and Leicester and Blackburn we haven't. So for that reason, we're simming this particular one and playing the others. Obviously, the others are, on paper, going to be much more difficult fixtures as well, although at the minute, Every game's a bloody difficult fixture. Huddersfield 1, Bradford 0. Phillips gives them a 1-0 lead. It is absolutely, on the evidence thus far, going to be a relegation threatened at the very least season. At half-time, we've had more chances. At half-time, we still trail here against Huddersfield Town. We must be better in the second half, please. We need points. Not desperately yet, but if results keep going against us, then it will be desperate pretty soon. Are we going to find... a late equaliser was the question. No is the answer. Wide goes the ball. Doesn't matter whether we sim or interactive sim. We lose the games. Bradford City 0, Huddersfield Town 1. They were below us in the league. You'd go as far as to say that they are not anymore. It's very hard to be below us in the league because we're second bottom. Only a point from safety though, so don't get carried away just yet. But 4 goals scored in 6 games and all 4 goals scored by just the one player does make you wonder whether maybe a change of system might be in order at some point soon. But we'll keep going with what we've got because we know what we've got can work. I will continue to try and make it work, and then if we get to, say, November and it really isn't working, then we definitely will change system. Jay Barber confirmed as leaving to go to Kilmarnock for £210,000 on January the 1st. That'll be very much welcome. Frees up a little bit of wages in the budget for the January transfer window we could very much do with at the moment because, let's be honest, this side still needs more work. Leicester City, everybody. This side got relegated from the Premier League. Rui Silva, 81. James Justin, 77. Caleb Okoli, 79. Jan Bissek, 82. Tiro Malacia, 80. Bejcetic, 79. Harry Winks, 77. Fatou, 82. Rahimi, 79. El Kanous, 83. Kevin Denke, 81. They also have some highly rated or higher rated players available. Actually, their bench is not as strong as it could be. There were a number of other strong players that I presumed would be on their bench, actually, when I was making sure they were putting out the correct lineup, and they're not. So they've got players like Ollie Skip at 80 rated that could play as well that aren't. They also have Wilfred Nonto at the club as well at 81 rated that isn't in the starting lineup. So they're not as strong off the bench as they could be. But I don't know if they're going to need anyone from the bench, do you? Brannigan to Dobra. Tyrrell Wright starts on the right-hand side for very much underperforming Bobby Poynton thus far this season. And I'm hoping that we can survive what will undoubtedly be a number of minutes spent under onslaught. That hit Cameron Brannigan's arm. Free kick Leicester. We were 1-0 down by this point in the last game, though, so progress. Rory McCall in the way. Rory McCall can't sort his feet out. Denke saved, at least, even if it wasn't comfortable. Rory McCall has put in a transfer request for me, not negotiating a new contract with him as well, BT Dubs. So that's annoying. I can counter that in the... one intercepted. Oh, God, get out of the fucking way. Good. Oh, my Christ. I can counter that with the live editor because I went to offer him a new contract and the transfer request had already been submitted, so that was fun. Rory McCall, I think we will keep at the club. We will remove the submitted transfer request because we want him to stay, and I was going to offer him a new contract to ensure that he did stay, so we will do that. But oh Christ, how are we not 1-0 down? Here's Fatou, tucked back to Denke. Rahimi, Fatou, that left foot's pretty deadly. Good save by Bergstrom. Solid left arm. Well done, Lucas. Hoping that he will improve throughout the course of the year and that we haven't made a dud signing. We've very rarely made dud signings in this save. I don't think we've made any of sorts. Everyone that we signed has at least done something for some period of time, even if they then haven't been able to maybe make the step up to the higher level, a la George Lapsley. Everyone that we've signed has been decent for a period. It's just that that period hasn't necessarily lasted as long as we would have liked it to. Dobra up against James Justin. Dobra wins the battle against James Justin and delivers a decent ball, but Tavide can't head towards goal. Oh, it's a great ball. It's equally a great finish. Denki slams it into the top corner. And there was absolutely no stopping that. That one's not Bergstrom's fault or even close to it. Leicester City, you would imagine, have one of the best starting 11s in the entire division. And Denki proving why surely he's one of the best strikers in the entire division. Bajcetic's driven quickly to Denki. Many an option. Good. Excellent. Played the pass with the defender. And it was apparently them that played the pass rather than my guy. 2-0 Leicester. I do feel a bit hard done by some of the goals we've been conceding today. Looking for Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee versus Harry Winks. Tommy Lee does everything very well so far. It's Cameron Brannigan. Brannigan from the edge. That's as good as we've gotten offensively so far today. Rui Silva will not be conceding any goals with shots like that, will he? Oh dear. At least I'm not the only one to be misplacing some rather straightforward passes in the wet weather gameplay. Just can't get it under control. Well in, Tommy Lee. Tavide, Turek right. Tommy Lee. Looking for Tavide. Shit pass. Well in, Cam. Not such a great pass, Cam. Apparently not a foul, ref. Cool. El Canoes. (3-0) Leicester. Just so much time and space on the ball at the back. Denki grabs another. Just on his own. Oi, 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 oi. I mean, let's be honest. The difference between the two sides is monstrous. And absolutely, this is the level of result we should be expecting from a fixture like this. Doesn't make it any less frustrating when it actually happens, though, does it? Go on, Bobby. Can we get a consolation goal? No. Full time! It's the side playing in blue at home 3, the side playing away 0. For the second time today. Alright. That's expected though. And that side is 5 seasons away of growth for us, isn't it really? Let's be honest. Well done, Kevin. Playing like Denki, not Donkey on this occasion. Blackburn Rovers arrive at Valley Parade. Ainsley Pears in goal. You've got Callum Britton, Erhan Mashovic, Boris Tomiak and Harry Pickering as a backline. Quite good. In midfield, Lewis Travis and Jake Garrett. Not as impressive. Ryan Hedges, Gift Links and Todd Cantwell sat behind Harry Leonard up top. Jack Vale, Arnor Sigurdsson, you remember from the RTG with Cambridge last year. Not as impressive, this Blackburn side. They are borderline beatable. Although I am having to play with a 75% changed defensive line because of fitness. So we are more than borderline beatable. Although, to be honest, I could be playing anyone and still be more than borderline beatable. Doyle Hayes also plays ahead of a fatigued Rory McCall. First chance to try and build a chance goes, unfortunately. We're in for a really long season, gents. If we survive, at the minute, it's a miracle. But we do have the January transfer window to try and change our fortunes. And we absolutely will be looking to do so. Well in, Doyle Hayes on a decent run here. Looking for Dobra out wide. It's been a bright spark this season, Armando Dobra. Into Cam Brannigan. And arriving here is Tommy Lee. Do the defender with the turn. Tommy Lee. Blocked well and out for a corner. Maybe could have gone back to Brannigan again. Ball will float. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fitz headed that down at his own feet and eventually it goes wide. Win that header. Well up, Jake. Falls kindly to Brannigan, who just manages to hold on to the ball. Tommy Lee. That's a Poynton. We need that Tommy Not Tommy Lee. We need that Poynton to Vide connection to come back again. Oh, my Lord. That was painful the way it trickled wide. We've got a corner off the back of it, but I would rather have found the back of the net. Oh! Which we've just missed again. Okay. Britain. I don't like Lucas Bergstrom. We get lucky. Their player was offside. But why is Bergstrom... I mean... How the lino has spotted that, I've no idea. That is quite literally his big toe that's offside. But why is the goalkeeper dived the opposite way to where the ball is going? Some of these goalkeeping animations are just brutal. They're so bad. Some of the decision making is just ridiculous. Thankfully, it's still 0-0. And we can hopefully live to fight another day. Tavide just doesn't react quickly enough to the fact the ball's coming towards him. And the defender read it first. 0-0 after 35 minutes. We have looked decent going forward, but so have they. It's just a case of whoever gets the first goal, I think, wins this game. Tavide's going to make me a run. Bit delayed. And he only made it because I pressed the button and asked him to, but he made it at least. Tommy Lee. Bobby Poynton. God damn it, Bobby! You've got to hit the toe. It was Doyle Hayes, was it? If anything, that's more disappointing. He's the right footer. It's got... No, it was Bobby Poynton. Wait, show me Doyle. Oh, Doyle has got a yellow card. Bobby Poynton has to hit the target there and score the goal. Moments like that are the difference between us getting 3 points and then losing all momentum and getting no points, let alone just the 1. He has to score that. Deflected. We're the better side here. We're absolutely the better side. We just can't score the goal. It still won't come. Tavide. Wrong foot the defender. Didn't quite work, so we'll look for some support. Here it is. Doyle Hayes. Jesus wept. What a challenge that is. Fuck me. That was brutal. Tommy Lee quickly. Finds Poynton. Finds Tavide. Yes! Bradford 1! Blackburn 0! Straight through the heart of the Blackburn defence. Samson Tavide adds his 5th goal of the championship season. Our 5th goal of the championship season. And we're winning! And we deserve it too. I mean, we were heavily reliant on Samson Tavide in each of the previous 2 seasons. But there's nothing wrong with building a team around a man and having that man be your go-to guy. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Because when you get it right and it works, friggin' works. Blackburn 0, Bradford 2. Give me 3 of your finest championship points, please. Dobra still, edge of the box, Tommy Lee. Quickly, Bobby Poynton. Spin, hat-trick. Oh, good save. Why he's used the outside of his right foot rather than just swinging through it with his left, though, I'm not sure. Should be 3-0, isn't 3-0, but the fact that we're winning by multiple goals is really, really pleasing. Considering we've been losing by even more multiple goals recently. Tommy Lee from range, well blocked. Good performance, this. Not that we didn't play well in stages against Birmingham. Leicester was just a bit shit, really. But we did play well in spells against Birmingham and deserves more than the 3-0 that we got. And this just continues to prove that we are good enough to get some results at this level. Whether it's enough results to keep us in the division, I don't know. We will need improving in January. That is still for certain. But in the meantime, we might be able to get some half-decent results. Bobby spins on his right foot, blocked well by Tomiak. I needed this, just from a confidence in this current squad point of view, so that we're not just completely and utterly miserable between now and January. And we actually have the confidence and belief to fight week in, week out, to still keep the fight alive all the way till the end of the season. Looking for Tavide, can't find him. We are going to get 3 points at home against Blackburn Rovers. They're welcome. They're well deserved, most importantly. And it proves to ourselves that we can do it at this level. It's our second win of the season. Up the chickens. That win keeps us more than in touching distance with the sides above us. It's very, very important, that victory, as it turns out. Rotherham, it seems, are not cut out for this level. But we're only, dare we say, 3 points off 12th. So whilst it has been pretty miserable in the main part this season, let's not get too carried away and too down in the dumps about our potential proposition of staying up. It is absolutely doable. We are obviously going to be heavily reliant on Samson Tavide, but we have built a side around Samson Tavide. Lewis Pope's got 3 and 3 in the Carabao Cup for Harrogate. Well done. Bobby Poynton does have a goal, but that was in a friendly. Yeah, so far this season, Samson Tavide is the only man to score a goal for us in the Championship, which I don't mind at this early stage. We do need other players to start stepping up, but I don't mind it at this stage. We have built the team around a focal point striker. It worked for Tyler Smith in season 1. It's worked for Samson Tavide in seasons 2 and 3, and is working to a point in season 4 in the Championship. But certainly we could do with some more quality around him, whether that's because we need players that are currently in the starting lineup to grow, whether that's because we need players that are currently in the starting lineup to just start playing to how well we know they can play, whether that's because we need players that are in the starting lineup to be replaced. I don't yet know. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned about Bobby Poynton, but we're not going to jump to any conclusions just yet. I don't think we'll sell Bobby, even if we do end up moving Mr. Poynton on. But certainly we may look to sign a notable winger in that inside forward role in the winter window. And looks like maybe McCall putting in the transfer request is actually a blessing in disguise, because it will force us to improve in that position. And because he's in a CDM role and has peaked at 65, then maybe we just take that as a sign that, all right, just improve there, Ches. I'll wait and see what you guys say. But for now, that's all for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Do subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And I will see you tomorrow, where we start with Sheffield United away. Oh, joy.